Uh-oh. The Jorrun identity.
Wow.
Good morning, or now as of the premiere, good afternoon, or good noon. Now it's good afternoon. Anyways, we're gonna be listening to the last apology call. This is the victory lap that Jorrun takes after his phenomenal interview with many syllables. He answered every question perfectly. He he dude, I'm too tired. He nailed it. He knocked it out the park. And his reputation is saved. So let's hear all the applause and the that.
We are finally at the end. This was the last call with Jorrun, a few hours after his interview with many syllables.
Oh, not quite.
Jorrun rates his performance, the performance of many syllables,
I give that
and makes plans for his future.
I give that a 9.5. Yeah.
Once again, Westmost is a troll in this call. If that is not your thing, please skip this video. The date was July 7th, 2020. The time was 4 p.m.
Hello?
Hey, how did it go?
Very good, considering. Very, very good, actually.
Well, that's good. Was anything new uncovered? Was she able to, shake anything loose that maybe you hadn't been fully transparent with before that's really going to assist people?
I don't think so. There were a few questions she asked me that's like, wow, that's something I haven't thought about at all. But a lot of the questions, she said, why specifically did you comment the way you did on Molly's? And I was just like, there was actually a moment of, duh, why did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
But we went through, she was pretty thorough. She didn't ask me, would you take your channel down if that would help people. She did say, were you going to make more comments going forward? I said, I've been concentrating the last few days just on the apology video and this interview.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I've given no real thought to that. But she did not shy away from going deep, and I did not shy away either.
Okay.
The whole thing was actually done in only about an hour 15 tops.
Oh, she's good.
That's quality.
Oof, she's
Speed,
very good,
baby.
and
Let's do it.
I didn't. Well, allow me a small joke here, Wes. I did not blame things on Amanda James and mac and cheese.
Oh, well, that's always good. There was no Amanda James mac. How about meatballs?
No delicious meatballs.
There's enough meatballs in that Google Drive, right? That was a little joke. So, how would you, if you had to rate her, 1 to 10, what would you give her?
Her skills?
Yeah, as far as the interview, what would you give her skills?
Ooh, I'll say an 8 or 9. Probably a 9 would be more accurate. She was very good.
What would have made her a 10?
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm just a picky asshole.
Probably rather minute stuff, like she lost her place a couple times. Once I asked her to repeat a question and stuff. But yeah, she's really good. She stuck with me as far as being impartial. I never felt as though she had an agenda. At the same time, she was direct, but not overly pressuring when it came to the difficult questions.
That's good.
And a couple times I'm like, okay, that question was long. Please cut it into 2 questions or rephrase it. And she did that.
So a strong 9.
It was fun as the... Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. What were you saying?
It would be absolutely incorrect to refer to it as fun, but I think if she interviewed me on a completely different subject, it'd be enjoyable for me.
Did you apologize?
She's got real skills.
Apologize to her?
Oh, that's a heavy.
Personally?
We know. Is it a heavy?
Yes, I did. Before and during.
That's good. How would you rate yourself during the interview?
At least an 8.
Okay, so I'll ask you,
I was.
what would have made you a 10?
I'm probably the only thing is more preparation as far as, because I really did not think a lot about a variety of questions so that I could have in my mind. I realized there were some things semi-philosophically, you know, only happened maybe 3 times, but where I'm like, wow, I haven't considered this specific thing, like the Molly thing, at all. That's a damn good question. But
now that she asked you that, so I know so you're saying you'd rate yourself about an 8 and she was a 9, so that's good. That's a 17 out of 20 overall. You know, that's a more than passing grade. But now that you've had a chance to look back, are there any apologies that you made to maybe Tiffany Lockhart, Molly? I don't know who else you did apologize to, or were there any of those that you would redo, or would those still stand as is?
They would stand. Oh, one thing she said that was fucking brilliant. She says, how about the people who defended you as far as helping take the video down and stuff? Do you want to let people know that they absolutely were not in collusion? I said they acted completely out of ignorance of the situation, and I apologize to them specifically, the people who I know.
Specifically, apologize to them. No one else. I mean, everyone else.
Danny
but,
G,
you know.
TCAP Recipes. I may have forgotten Euro.
No,
Rhoda,
not Euro. How can you forget Euro?
What role has Euro? Because I know he seems to be pretty. I know you haven't been reading comments or anything, but it's good that you did mention those people, because that was going to be one of the things I didn't want to bring up prior to the interview. But you know, those are the people who were probably feeling the most hurt in all this. You know, having comments made about you. I mean, you know, the thing said about Molly was horrible, and yeah, what that's going to do is make less people willing to show themselves on cam, and less people are gonna shrink back, because no one wants to be judged like that or treated like that. But the people who defended you, who, you know, in streams were defending you and talking about this troll, and then they felt like they were missed on the apology. So it's good that you did that was brought up to you. And why do you think maybe you forgot that and you left them out originally?
I was so concentrated on people that I had hurt as far as objectifying them and stuff that I didn't even say, hey, wait a minute. People took down that video that shouldn't have been taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Because they thought, as I originally thought, that it was just the troll part 2. And I clarified in the interview that there were definitely more than one person. I said I used the term whistleblower. I don't know if I used it consistently, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that there was someone at an earlier time, because it had been going on for a while, where they would go into live streams, impersonate me, insult me.
How dare they?
Okay. Did you open or close with a joke like we had talked about?
I did not.
Did you change your mind?
I mentioned that to her, and she thought it would be a bad idea, that people would think that I was taking things lightly.
Oh, okay.
Not being serious.
Okay.
And I tended to agree.
Well, I know when we first spoke on Friday, your idea was to do an apology with some jokes. So I didn't know if maybe adding some a bit of lightheartedness to it would have helped you in the process. But she thought it would be a bad idea, and you went with it. So that's how do you feel about that now? Do you wish you would have done that joke, or?
No, I think she was right.
Okay.
I didn't want any way people to think, there he is, a joke, not taking it serious, because quite a few people would feel like that. So.
Okay. Now I know you said earlier that your apology video. Hold on, Alexa, off. You said that your apology video, you would have rated it a 9.
Yeah.
And I know you haven't looked at any of the comments or anything like that. But now that you've had your talk with many syllables, what would you rate that apology now?
I would say, if not a 9, an 8. And 8 only as far as I should have, as she brought up in my thing, apologize to the people who were helping me get the video removed.
Mm-hmm. Because what I think is because it was brought up, are some people going to think, oh, it was just a self-serving apology to save face. He wasn't really apologizing, or he would have mentioned those people who.
Yeah.
As far as I knew, you and Chef are friends and were making plans to hang out and stuff like that. So some people are going to say, oh, you would think that would be the first people that he would. Among the first people he wanted to apologize to. So if he didn't do that, it's because he was just looking to save his reputation. And what would your reply kind of be to that?
I would say what I just did to you, which was I absolutely did not think about how they were being mistreated, and not only that people would look at them, with a sideways look.
I don't think anyone is. That's the thing. I don't actually think anyone is. I think it was just a concern with of theirs. They felt bad. So what would have made your apologies an 8 now, back from a 9 to 8?
I think
what would have made
maybe what would have made Jorrun's apology a 10? That's a good question.
I honestly don't know. I'm one of those people where pretty much I never give anything the perfect
now,
score because I'm
there's
like,
two
perfection
answers.
doesn't exist.
There's a genuine answer. And
honestly, with
it is not hitting the record button at all, just fucking
and
off.
Stuff with that last one, I'm like, okay, I have mentioned.
But there is probably a funny answer out there somewhere.
I've been direct, and especially with that last line you gave me, I'm like, okay, this is not some guy trying to, sweep over things or minimize. This is boom,
direct. Yeah, no ambiguity. So, because that wasn't really an answer. What would have made it a 10 in your opinion? For yourself and for others, you can't think of anything. So then how can you give it an 8 if you don't know what a 10 is?
Okay. In that case,
it's like how can you describe dark if you can't describe light? You know what I mean?
I honestly don't know. Maybe I should say a 9, and then what would have been the 10 would have been
mentioning those
apologizing to the people who had, that would have got it right where it should be.
Now that the mini syllable stuff is done, and I mean you got that in the can, you got your apology thing done. What's your next step as far as your channel? When do you feel like you'll be able to start making some content again?
I do not know. I have one video that I had planned to go. I have to make a decision if I even want to have a channel or if people want me to have a channel. By want, I mean, would support me.
Well, what do you want?
I don't know, Wes. I mean, I've loved it in the past. It's been a great artistic release for me.
But it's just not worth this shit.
But it just seems so tainted now. Something I didn't mention to you, it's not a big secret or anything, but I took down my Patreon because I'm like, I don't even want people to give me money right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, let me at least take that down. And by that I mean, people being able to donate money to me.
No, yeah, I understand that. But what is it that you would want? When would you want, if it was up to you, when would you want to release this? What kind of video is it?
It's a original comedy song.
Oh, okay. When would you want to be able to release that if it were up to you?
That's something I have not thought about.
Yeah, you have. I know you have. Let's be honest.
Not real.
Sure.
What should I say, a week, a month? I mean...
you say the truth, but I know you've thought about it. You can't tell me you haven't.
Well, I would have deleted it if I didn't think about it at all.
Okay, but you just told me that you hadn't thought about it, so let's remain honest here.
Well, okay. Well, when I say thought about it, I mean I haven't thought of, it's going to be Wednesday, boom. I have not put...
But that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying if it was up to you, when would that video be posted?
I guess in a week, if I still decide to have a channel.
A week?
What is there something making you decide that maybe you want to get rid of it? Because the apology said, your content going forward, so it was pretty much saying that this channel would remain and you would continue making content.
Oh, oops.
So has that changed since yesterday?
What the heck?
That,
okay.
That is the line I almost removed. That was the line I almost removed as far as going forward, because I have been, and I still am, do I even want to continue going with this channel?
Mm-hmm.
And the most honest and direct way I can say is I don't know. My mindset has certainly been on everything else is the priority.
And his mind is on a strange dichotomy at the moment.
I do love making comment. I do love making content, and it's been great. I had, 3 months of pumping out a lot, and I love the creative process, and I love making people laugh. That hasn't gone away.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel everything's like really tainted now. Plus the question of, I haven't checked. For all I know, I've had 100 unsubscribes. That's
no, it's nothing that drastic at this point. So when these types of things happen, you've seen it with my own videos that a lot of people start coming forward, and with your history of that screen name, there are going to be a lot of people coming forward. Is there anything, and I'm asking you now directly, and I'm not saying who has or has not come forward or been contacted, but was there anything, is anyone from your comedy troupe going to say anything that, yeah, they saw this before, or there were signs of this, or anything like that?
As far as
inappropriateness or...
Gotcha. No, the only person who, let me just run through my thoughts. The only person who knows my channel exists is the original guy who I actually want to have on the channel.
First, now I'm not talking about anyone being aware of your channel. I'm talking about there's things that have been posted, and I guess there was a background in massage, which I didn't know anything. Of course, I don't care about any of that. But this is what happens. People start deep diving. And I'm saying if anyone is contacted from Funny Please, is there anything that any of them would say, like, oh yeah, I saw this coming, or something like that happened with females within the troupe, or is there anything like that? Never?
No, I did very briefly date one of the women.
Okay.
So she knows about my proclivities. There absolutely was one who was a member of the troupe for about a year.
Proclivities regarding
months after I left.
The genie stuff, or the children stuff, or just the genie stuff?
Just the genie stuff.
Okay. And then again, like I said, I can't say who has or has not reached out yet, or who will or will reach out tomorrow. Have you contacted high school girls at any time?
No.
Never ever.
Never. I'm sorry. You know what I was going to say.
No, go ahead. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Drop the.
Never ever.
Okay. So never once have you. No one's going to come forward with any receipts proving otherwise.
Correct.
Okay. And then just to be clear, because I want to be clear, when you say that you were looking at high school girls and pleasuring yourself, what age were these high school girls? And I want honesty, not honesty tomorrow. Let's get honesty today.
Yes. 17, 18, absolutely.
And you're sure of that?
I would, to cover myself, I'll say as low as 16.
What? To cover yourself?
You're sure of that?
Yes.
How could you be sure of that?
With my memory, and as long as I've done, I cannot be absolute, but there is a part of me that very much looks at younger girls and shudders.
What? What?
In what way?
In the thought of being sexual, speaking sexual. No. I have a little bit of the, I was never a father, so I'm not going to pretend I know how, but there's a little bit of the protectiveness within me.
Mm-hmm.
The tiniest smidgen, if at all.
About,
I mean, what the fuck?
Looking back and how your behavior was, and a lot of the things on your channel being about being an alpha. Now, in the clear light of day, are you an alpha? Is that who you are?
Alpha at all. I've not behaved alpha at all.
I behaved very beta, Wes.
Yeah. Call that doctor and say I need help.
No, I'll agree. Admitting that you need help is a really big first step, but then of course believing it yourself and following through is the most important. And I think that's
why I like your idea of a follow-up video.
Yeah, I think people want to see that, especially if you plan on keeping your channel and releasing those things. If you want people to support you, show them that you're not like everyone else, and that you are taking this seriously and actually moving forward with it. Because when you're talking about looking at high school girls as young as 16, I mean, it's impossible to tell. Impossible to tell. I'm sure there were some 14 and 15-year-olds mixed in there, and whether you want to admit it or not, I think we both know that, right?
It is impossible to tell sometimes.
Jorrun,
I agree with you.
Could you admit that they were as young as 14 or 15? Because if you can't admit it to yourself, how are you going to admit it to a counselor?
Oh, I was like, what the heck is going on here?
I intend to say every single thought I've had when I'm there with a counselor. I intend to hold back nothing.
But I'm asking you right now, can you admit that they were probably as young as 14 and 15?
It's possible, yes.
Okay. I don't like how this.
And was that also on Instagram when you were
like the creative version way better?
The genie stuff, or
no? I am. I don't know if you even necessarily want to hear this. I am not attracted to petite women. I tend to like bigger butts, bigger breasts.
That's not.
I've almost
all right,
never
Lauren.
Someone who would be
pick all the people that look 70 in your fucking attractiveness
Molly's tiny,
test.
And you had no problem sexualizing her in her comments. I mean, she's petite.
She's in great shape. Absolutely. I was looking at those yoga pants in the wrong way.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of, I think a lot of the women that you were sexualizing, would be considered attractive women by all.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that doesn't really match up with what you're saying. So because my question was it on Instagram that you were seeing these girls that you were sexualizing, and you said no, and then you said I like bigger women. What does that have to do with Instagram or where you were finding them?
I mean, in general, what I've been attracted to is women with more thick figures, fuller figures, especially a lot of the belly dancers that have been following for years and sexualizing.
They're not on Instagram?
Bigger breasts. They are.
Okay, Jorrun, where were you finding the high school girls and whatnot that you were pleasuring yourself to? I mean, was it Instagram? Where was it that you were finding these? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And you're telling me that you liked bigger women. They're two different. This is an answer to a question I didn't ask.
I see. Yeah. In the past, it has been Instagram.
Okay. I mean, so that's definitely something that you're going to want to avoid and, talk with the therapist or whoever. So I know you did speak in the earlier versions of the apology letter about wanting to help the others if possible. And if there was something that you could say to someone who was going through this, because I'm personally glad you left that out of the apology. I think it would have been really disingenuous then, but now, again, in the clear light of day, if you had a message to someone who maybe was thinking about leaving these types of comments or doing these types of things, what would that message be?
Get professional help.
When?
Immediately.
Okay.
Don't wait. Don't wait for something bad to happen. Don't wait for you to get too quote-unquote tempted or what have you.
Yeah. It's never the time to ask, right? One of the comments cause there were a couple of live streams, it was crazy, like 1:30 in the morning, a live stream with 60 people, talking about this. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, Chris Hansen has reached out to me about this. And I don't even know how he found out about it. And I don't know if it's just to fishing for information or to find out what's going on. But he has reached out. And that's a pretty big deal. But one of the things that was said over and over by, well, I'll say Danny G, was he should have apologized the minute he found out about this. Friday night.
I'm sure. That's a common sentiment.
Do you think that apology
Why didn't he
would have
apologize sooner?
genuine, though?
Friday night?
Mm-hmm.
Not nearly as genuine as it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I was still in denial, still worried much more about not embarrassing myself, worried much, and that's what I say in mini syllables. She's like, how? I was, when this first happened, all I cared about was my reputation and, damage control, rather than doing the right thing.
Rather than getting ahead of it, putting it all out there so that no one else can tell your story for you.
Yeah.
That's what that's what the police.
The fact that told me.
That's what the police do when they sit those people down for the interrogation. They go, I don't think you're a bad guy. Tell me your story so that I don't have to tell it for you. In that case, you get a lawyer, right? You don't talk to them.
But in this case.
But in your case, you wanted to tell your story before someone else did, because then they just fill in the blanks. And then they try and figure out what you're not saying with receipts. And they start contacting people to verify things that you said, and it's just a lot. But because that's really what I want to do. The apology came out yesterday. You had the interview with Minnie. What is your overall takeaway, like, just to kind of close things out? Because I believe that now it's time for you to start whatever work it is that you have to do to improve, and not focus on this all day. And so, what would be your final takeaway of all of it?
When you say takeaway, as far as what I've learned, or as far as
however you take that, whether it's what you learned, whatever it is.
My main concern by far is getting the help as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you, but in case I didn't, he contacted me, sent me the forms. Yeah. It's all been signed. It's already been emailed, so I'm just waiting for him. That is my main concern. Right now, between you and me, I feel asexual. I don't even want to flirt with anyone. I want to put my energies into anything and everything else. I've been deleting friends from my Facebook.
How sad is that, Wes? I don't even want to flirt with anyone.
Deleting people I follow on Instagram. I don't even want to masturbate. Shit.
Well, that's good to know.
That's good to know. I'm glad you told me that.
That's really, kind of what I wanted to get to the bottom of, and just kind of check in and see how you were feeling with everything that was done, and making sure that once that apology was out there, I think at some point you should look at the comments and start processing those, because that's going to be a part of this, gauge how the community is feeling about this. I mean, when you have people who haven't done streams in months, or haven't, when's the last time Wine Lover did a stream? And those people are talking about it. That's attention that you wanted, but not the attention that you wanted at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
So I highly suggest you go and look at those and start processing those whenever you're ready. I gotta get out of here. I have to take my kid to the shooting range. But do you have a joke or a quote or anything that is helping you through this, or? Because I feel like you're probably the kind of person who
comedy
likes
clown.
to liven things up with comedy.
Go ahead.
And make dark situations within your life.
Make us laugh.
Humor.
Yeah, definitely. I should be sent to an island.
I should be sent to an island. What would that island be called?
Incarceration Island, as Chef would say.
I think that's your next song right there. All right, man. Well, I'll be around, and if you
he'll be around already.
Want to reach out on Skype on there, but like I said, like I made clear from
enjoy your
first message,
fucking OK Cupid DMs.
Promote and that type of thing with what's gone on, but you know, I am pulling for you to get better in all this and really stick with it and make it a priority to change, because this isn't who anyone wants to be or what anyone wants to be known for.
Hell no.
So no one wants to be a cautionary tale.
Fuck yeah. Wes, I don't know why you've given me
I have no clue.
Support.
It's what I do.
That's what I do.
This is what I do.
Well, you know what?
He's not lying.
I will tell you something
absolutely what he
funny.
does.
I had ideas for sketches, and a couple of them where I called you. I was going to do one sketch where I ran out of ideas, and I called various members of the community who are bigger than me and do stuff. And I was going to do one where I call you, and you're such an over-the-top goody two-shoes that you're like, oh, I have time before I go to the soup kitchen. How can I help you? Blah, blah, blah.
That's me. Yeah.
And,
totally me. That's me to perfection. Well, yeah, you should, I mean, you know, keep storyboarding those ideas. Who knows when Jorrun Comedy makes his comeback, right? Now, who doesn't love a comeback story?
Sure. You're a saint, Mr. Mouth.
That's what they call me. As Brittany Simon said, I'm a little angel. So
there you go.
Little angel.
She knows what she's talking about.
She does. She absolutely knows what she's talking about. All right, so you know, do what you need to do, and look at that video when you can. And any questions pop up, you just contact me on Skype.
Thanks so much, bro.
All right.
Thanks, bro.
Bye-bye.
Absolute handshakes all around. We did it. We saved another one. Another man nearly falsely persecuted. Wes stuck his hand out and pulled him from the depths and said, look, we're going to get through this together. Oh, wait. No, sorry. This is Jorrun Comedy. He's out. That fucker's gone. And another piece that flows really nicely with these apology calls is, of course, the Tegan call. This poor guy, no one whatsoever had any inclination that this guy was culpable to anything, right? Everyone pretty much knows that Jorrun is quite the storm that other people can't really don't really have any involvement in, right? This is this old guy who has zero self-awareness, so when he wants to be in a fucking comedy troupe, he's just gonna cling on to them like a barnacle, even though he has no comedy chops. They're like, well, fuck, I mean, he's 50. I guess we kind of have to, I guess we could do something with him. He can visually be comedic. Anyways, he didn't want it to seem as if like he knew anything about this or had any connection to it, so he records himself having a very, very, very passionate talking to Jorrun and or to Stefan, and to sort of clear his name. I do reference lines in this a lot, especially the "you piece of shit" line. Not because I'm mocking him. I do think that he probably didn't need to do this. No one would have even looked at him like that. But it's nice to see this little slice into what a real human interaction could look like for Jorrun, because all we've ever seen from him is this stupid fucking YouTube channel dreams and desires. So it's interesting to see another facet of his life come up from someone he knew in real life.
This is something we hardly ever get to witness.
And we hardly ever get to witness it because people usually don't have the foresight to record themselves.
Was a founding member of a comedy troupe near his hometown.
Disavowing.
And due to his actions, the group has disbanded and has disavowed.
That's why it's unique, it's interesting, I like it.
Is a phone call between Jorrun and a former partner who once considered him a friend and ally, but now felt the cold sting of betrayal. There is no comedy, no joke and no punchline to this call. It is heartbreaking to hear the damage that Jorrun has caused, but necessary. Jorrun claimed he wanted to help others so they don't fall into the same patterns he did. Maybe hearing the pain and raw emotion captured in this call will do just that.
Hello? Hello?
You better start talking.
Okay.
What do you have to say to yourself?
Okay.
I fucked up very, very badly.
No, like, fucked up is drinking a little bit too much and hitting on a girl at a bar even after she says no one too many times and your boys have to, like, carry you out. That's I fucked up. This is systematic years of patent behavior.
Yeah.
That's not fucked up. That's like, beyond. You piece of shit, dude. Please correct me. Please correct me. Because the way that I'm understanding this is that you're like a fucking con man. I mean, I was conned. You really ingratiated yourself into an online network of people whose sole existence is to shame sexual predators, and you went into that group and poked and prodded at people who are victims of sexual predators and friends and family of sexual predators to find damaged people and be a sexual predator upon a group of community built against sexual predators. Am I understanding this right?
You're pretty close.
You're pretty close. Well, I would disagree with a few of those details. Aha!
Dude, I'm willing to answer any question you have. It's the least I can do.
Of shit. Do you know? Forget. I'm not even worried about the fact that it's dead right now. It's absolutely dead.
It's dead.
You killed it. Of all people. You. All the shit you talked about Steve and Derek and everybody else, Ian and everybody, and it was you that put the final death nail in it. But I'm not even worried about that. Because, to be honest, the loss of my 5 years of my life, of my art, of my time, of my effort, of my energy pales in comparison to what you did to these girls. Piece of shit. And maybe your YouTube friends won't tell you how it is because they're scared.
No, we're not friends anymore.
Because they might get demonetized. Well, I'm fucking unsponsored, so I'm gonna tell you how it is. What you did is fucked. You are fucked. I am ashamed of knowing you. I was on the phone with you, messaging you. So as you knew this shit was going down, I had no idea. I didn't even know this community T-cap, I didn't even know it existed, okay? But I cannot believe what you've done to this group of people. And I can't believe that I provided a platform to you. I'm ashamed. I thought of you as a brother, as a partner. And you had me conned. And to make it even worse, is you used accomplishments that we had to on these people. Things that I provided for you, you used as ammunition on these people, you piece of shit. And you were on the phone, we were discussing, I was telling you just the other day, I'm
man,
just so grateful you're such a friend of mine, because I didn't want this shit, because I
found this place because I was enjoying Christian. This guy's sighing just like Christian during the fucking...
And you didn't even give me a heads up.
The any call where they're like, oh, your girlfriend's fake.
I did terrible things, and I'm finally going to face the consequences for my horrible actions. There's going to be massive fallout. You might want to get ahead of it. You didn't even give me that option. All this time, I thought that I was the risk. This whole time, I thought you working with me was going to be damaging for your career. I worked every day to do right by you. And you piece of shit. You not only shit on my dreams and my friends' dreams, but you've hurt people. And you're not even sorry. I heard that as sorry excuse. You're not extremely sorry, Stefan. Saying a word like sincere does not mean that you're sincere. It's pure posturing. The terrible thing is if you hadn't gotten caught,
That's what it was.
and even after you got caught, you tried lying and you victim blamed, you piece of shit. After you were caught, you victim blamed. And you got other people in this community to rally against one of your victims, you piece of shit.
You're right. Everything you're saying is true.
What the fuck?
Fuck you. You fucking piece of shit. I'm ashamed. I ever thought of you as a friend. You piece of shit. You piece of shit. I hope to God that you find a way to not be a threat to society. Get yourself institutionalized, you piece of shit. I'm done with you. This is over, and you're the reason why, and that pales in comparison to the evils that you've put upon others, you piece of shit. I'm done. I'm done.
Please share this call because it needs to be heard. Thank you.
It's always, it's a pretty powerful video, really. Because you don't get to hear that amount of actual pain and anger very often. Most of the time, especially in like catfishing communities, you can hear it from the target, but the people around them, the people that is like Lorne, for example, the people around Lorne, the characters that surround Lorne, they're not real people, right? They will be mad at him, obviously, but the feelings, the emotions behind all that is manufactured to get some sort of content out of the individual. This is a very real person that felt very genuinely hurt by this whole situation. And it's not often we get that level of genuine sincerity, unlike the apology, in a space like this. You usually get more of the manufactured stuff, and maybe the genuine stuff comes from the one who is on the receiving end. I actually don't think I have anything else to play for today. I don't really want this to dip under an hour, but I think that might be it currently. What I will do is I'll pause the recording right here real quick, grab something quick, and we'll listen to it at the very end of this of day 22. All right, I decided this is a perfect 10-minute chunk. We're going to listen to the other apology of Jorrun's, the one that sounded more genuine, more sincere, the apology directly to Lorne, that I think was like an April Fool's joke, or maybe it was just an out-of-season April Fool's joke. Anyways, we're gonna plug that in. Why is it so small?
It's almost midnight here.
That's the first time
I've thinking a lot, and I've come
this
to
channel will be saying that.
Conclusion. To let you all know how serious I'm about this, I'm
gonna move
not going
this
to use my...
right there.
I am going to use my real name.
Yaha!
I'm not Jorrun for this video. I'm John Curry.
John Curry mode.
In case you're wondering, that's my name. But
this is like the stupidest shit, I think. It's worse. This is worse than a lot of his stuff.
I'm abandoning my channel. By the end of this week, all my videos are going to be off. I'm going to leave this up for like 3 days just so all my friends, I don't want them to be like, what happened to him? So I want them to be able to see this video. I mean, if anyone wants to save my videos for posterity, I'd be flattered, but I disavow everything I've said. I've thought a lot about what Lorne has had to say, And I realized that he really does have some very, very legitimate reasons why he did what he did.
I mean, this isn't even funny.
This is tough, man. This was a big part of me. This is what I was doing. I was putting so much effort into making songs, videos, original content.
It's like,
and I had fun.
He's not reading from a script, so just saying what's on his mind, even though he's obviously fabricating this, it still sounds more genuine than, all right, I'm going to read from the script. How dare I do something like that?
And I was thinking about it, I'm like, I mean, let me run down my personal rationale, okay? So what does he say? He says, well, the first thing one, as he would say, is he was raised by his mom.
Well, that's as
for
Ramona
any of you out there,
say.
Australians, British, I know Lauren all around the world, but single-parent families are extremely rare here in America. Extremely rare. Almost everyone is raised by their biological mother and father. So that is, again, thing one. Thing two is he did $700 worth of work for one of his siblings. He asked for, in return, about $10 worth of food, maybe $20, with the rate of money as time goes on. And he didn't get that. And then, about a year later, he did some work also, coincidentally, came to exactly $700 for another sibling, asked for, again, about $10 worth of food and didn't get it. Now, we all process grief in a different way, and we all deal with disappointment in a different way. Some people might cry, some people might lash out angrily. With Lorne, the way he dealt with all that hurt and disappointment, it was to steal a large amount of money from people. People make a big deal about how he took the life savings of an elderly couple, which he did. He did. I won't pretend he didn't. But that was just how he dealt with that grief. We all grieve differently, right?
Differently.
We all deal with disappointment in a different way. I find that people tend to hyper-focus on the fact that he stole from Betty, her husband, the late Eric, and forget that he also stole tens of thousands of dollars from a professor. Never forget that. I never forget that. So yeah, that's why his head was messed up at the time, I believe, is how he puts it. I'm not going to lie, usually when someone says that they're on heavy drugs, I don't believe that was ever the case with Lauren. But yeah, so that's thing two. Yeah, so if you just look at his reasons, his hardcore solid reasons why he did the things he did,
I don't know. I really don't know, man.
If I was let down by my siblings, if I was a 1-year-old, 2-year-old child, let's say 1-year-old child, and I had a toy stolen away from me by another child who wanted to play with it, which I'm sure is something that has never happened in all of recorded history. It's a rare, rare event. Children never act in such a way. But if I had that happen to me when I was little, would I grow up and decide to molest an underage girl? Of course not. That's fucking preposterous. But you understand why Lauren did some of the things he did, right? Right? Of course. So, I'm leaving. I'm abandoning my channel. I'm going to dedicate myself just to my original music. I have another channel in case you're interested. And
no.
It's hard, though. Because I have to say goodbye. I made some real good friends. It's time to leave them too, because time is just going by, and realistically, these people, what do I have in common with them anymore? But
what have you ever had in common with them?
Time, who was always so encouraging to me.
This is so good.
TCAP Recipes been very supportive. Andy Burkett, Shins Koala.
Burkett.
People were so good to me, very kind.
Birdcage.
I know I'm gonna forget names, so please just forgive me.
Forgive me?
I'm just gonna forget
Yup.
people's names. Katie, Kev, Cirrus himself, S-Hole. I know I'm forgetting people. They're so kind. And as far as the ladies...
Uh-oh.
The ladies of the church, I'm going to be missing you. I flirted with so many of you. Came on to some of you.
Here comes the genuine part of this
To be honest,
apology.
that's what it was. I hit on you pretty hard. So many women. Scarlet Ebony, Danny G, Jess H. They're married women. Why would I even do that? The Great Babsby. Call me. You have my number. Call me. Kelp Pill. Sexy voice Kelp Pill. Newer people like Danny G. She's cool. I'm gonna forget names, and I
But
hate that.
cheats
I
or
don't want anyone to
salads a
feel
little
left
too
out.
loud.
Let me take a second.
As we've heard in the
Of course, Tiffany Lockhart, which I believe
JK
she has a restraining
stream.
order against me now. I can't blame you, Tiff. I can't. Ember Inferno. All the things I said about her. Oh my God. All the extremely flattering things I said about her. I want to meet her. Beautiful woman. So talented. All the times I called her talented, smart, funny, hot. I take it all back. I mean, it's still true, but I take it all back. So, what else can I tell you? So many other Rotis Chu Tootsie. How did I almost forget her, right? Again, I forget. I apologize for any woman I've forgotten. There's so many of you, honestly. Betty. Betty's still awesome. I'm not going to pretend she isn't. I'm not going to sit here and lie and pretend she's not. But, yeah. I'm just on a different path, man. And I think it's wrong, you guys making fun of this guy. This guy is a victim. This guy is nothing. This guy is nothing. He has been spit upon by life itself. Everything. And I will not condone anybody making fun of him. I'm not going to say you guys are bad people for what you do, but I wash my hands. I'm gone. I'm gone. Lauren Armstrong. Lauren, I'm sorry. If the Cornville Mafia is watching this, I'm sorry. All the videos are going down. Lauren never meant to do it. His head was messed up at the time. I think that says it all. It's so dark in here. I can barely see. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's so dark.
Sorry, flick up the light switch.
Where's my freaking light? How do I make this thing work? Okay, so the light is there, and that's damn bright. And then what we have here is John
This is a horrible reveal.
Equals Jorrun comedy.
And it was mirrored.
April Fools.
God, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Fuck you. Don't kiss me ever again, bro. You know, that's just, it sucks. It just fucking sucks, man. There's nothing else to say other than it sucks. Not only did it suck, but he genuinely, other than the fucking interjections where he's like, oh, sexy voice, oh. He like, it's gotta be, it's like sorry, I'm stammering over here. It's gotta be a combination of like zero self-awareness, but also recognizing how others perceive him. And the disconnect is he just thinks they're stupid. Like, oh, these fucking idiots think of me this way, so I'm gonna make a joke about it. And then he just says the quote unquote joke, which is just the truth of him sexually assaulting verbally all these women in the community who don't fucking want anything to do with him. And he's just like, haha, isn't it funny? I'm such a evil flirt. Oh, the joke is I'm actually a kind, good flirt. It's an art form, Wes. So, I mean, come the fuck on. And that reveal was masterfully done with the blurry, shaky cam and the reversed footage. Bro, the penmanship, so thin, right? You have to wait for the camera to adjust to the fucking ceiling fan you blasted the camera up at. Jesus Christ. That was shocking, to say the least. I'm thoroughly upset. I can't wait to go into work with a frown on my face after that performance. So yeah, no, thanks again for listening to another day of 2026's Jorrly, Jorthon, Jirth Day Jash. I've got nothing. I've got nothing.